Okay, yeah, so doing it on the way then.
I think
Or you
that's
could do
what
it
the
here.
plan was.
No,
I
we've
like
all
on the
agreed
wall.
that that's a bad idea.
Like I said, it's up to y'all.
Okay, A, army behind us, or B, do it on the boat on the way to the other awful place. We'll do it on the boat.
Yeah, we're gonna do 2 shifts. Split each other up, and then do 8 hours. Change over, keep going. So everybody gets their full rest.
Okay. Okay. Are we all about situated, or is Forge
Yep.
starting upstream again?
No, we're all set.
All right. Cool. All right. So if everybody's ready, okay. So y'all have the boats. You've got to unwary accord with the other lizard folk that it won't attack you or do anything untoward as long as you don't hurt it or its other people of its ilk. You know that it'll be at least a day of rowing, so another good 10 to 12 hours or so travel to reach the castle proper. So, what have y'all chosen to do?
I think we're going to lash the boats together. The pecking order is going to be me, Stone Skull, and Snapmaw or Jaw or whatever his name is in one boat, and the rest in another boat, pulling boats behind us.
And I'm gonna ask Snapjaw, as we're preparing for all of that, if his people believe in last rites. Unthreateningly.
That sounds very threatening, actually.
Yeah, it does.
Do you guys believe in an afterlife? Why makes you ask?
Well, not necessarily that. Do they have like funeral services or anything?
Yes, but I don't think he's gonna answer back basically that they have funerals and such, but not because of an afterlife per se, just kind of celebrating the life of whatever died, or whoever died, rather.
Okay,
So
so
funeral rites, in your perspective, would make a lot of sense.
no, I mean, all right. If it won't bother them, then I'm gonna just do a prayer for the effective mass grave before we leave.
Okay. All right, pecking order. Who's sitting in what? Are you all sitting in one canoe? You trying to fit into 2 of them, 3 of them?
DM, you need a
I didn't
list.
hear it. I didn't hear it.
Me,
Say it
Stone
again.
Skull, Stone Skull, and Snapmaw in one canoe. Everyone else in the other. We will be pulling the other 2 canoes behind us with some rope. So Steve should get those ready.
All right.
Steve will get those ready.
I have a map
Because of
for
your sleight
travel
of
through
hand.
the swamp, so theater of the mind. We'll say, okay, so who's resting?
I will be resting the first 8 hours.
So will I.
I'll stay awake first, then.
I planned on being awake as well.
Steve?
I'll also be awake.
Okay, so the only 2 sleeping are Tara.
Wait, no.
and-
Steve, do you benefit from a long rest at all?
No, just a short rest.
Okay. I was going to say, because there's no reason for 2 of y'all to be awake on the boat that y'all are on. So if someone needs a long rest, whoever doesn't need a long rest should go first. Being awake.
Well, then Steve can be awake first, and I'll sleep.
Yeah, there we go. Steve is about to become ripped from rowing the boat.
All right. So you all lash the 4 kind of, what are they made of? Like a
You said wicker.
wicker lean-to canoes together and set off into this kind of bog-like area of the mere. As you begin progressing along, as everybody's starting to get settled, it's going to rest for this time being, and the others that are staying awake. As you begin progressing on, you actually see these trees that are kind of sitting out of this, very shallow bog. Actually have the marks that you've come to see when you were traveling along the solid ground, also in the leading in a pathway into the distance. So you're able to easily follow along that and make your way further into the bog. So Steve is awake and Stone Skull's awake.
Yes.
All right, Stone Skull, go ahead and roll me a d20.
So it begins.
Meh.
All right, so the first 2 hours of your trip go by very uneventfully. You see a lot of disconcerting ripples through the water away from the canoes, but nothing seems to be getting close to you, and you're able to keep on paddling, keeping a wary eye out. As you continue on for the next 2 hours or so, Steve, give me a d20. So as you continue on, much of the same. Lots of see random mounds here and there of ground that is surfaced above the surface of the water. However, it's not enough for even a small camp to be built upon. It's only a few feet of solid ground. Off in the distance, you do see some stretches of solid ground going a little bit further, but they seem to be essentially islands inside this bog, this swamp. Every once in a while, you see a shape moving through the dense clutter of trees and such, off in the distance, but nowhere near you. And much like Stone Skull, you do see some rippling around the water, but nothing coming close to you. And the rest of you are all just taking full 8 hours, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
The gods want this long rest.
Or
All
do
right. So, as you all have kept real hard, you two, Steve and Stone Skull, have kept a real good hard look as you're traveling along. The sun kind of beating down, but yet it's still somewhat frigid in this very damp and kind of putrid area. The lizard folk are also keeping their eyes out from the backs of their respective canoes, keeping good watch out, it seems. They see much of the same, things moving around and in the area, but nothing seems to be getting close and nothing seems to be moving towards you. And after about 10 hours or so, you start moving up and you see the ground begins to rise up higher out of the water around you. Still in these kind of islands surrounded by water, but it seems to be more and more frequent as time goes on. And inevitably, you come upon solid ground.
Oh, wait, that was the good thing. Okay. Never mind.
All right, so that's a long rest then.
Yep, those of you that rest now have the benefit of a long rest.
Excellent, thank you.
And as you come up to this solid ground, kind of rowing up to it, it was hard to see before due to all the kind of latent mist in the area, as well as all the dense thicket and such of the area around with all the trees and such. But as you get closer, you clearly are able to see the tower walls of a castle rising up in front of you. And give me one moment to get everybody moved. As our smoke alarm goes off.
That's not mine.
Also not mine.
Not me.
Somebody's about to die.
Willie is muted.
Yeah.
Rip.
Oh god, the smoke, it's so hot.
The only smoke alarm that's in my house is in my master bedroom, because that's the only place I need to be woken up.
Mm-hmm. I didn't get any rest off of
Say,
that.
hey, Snapjaw, what kind of, how many people reside in this castle? How many do you see at a time?
One
Thank
second, just hurt the fuck out of my wrist.
Walk
Ooh,
it
that
off,
hurt.
sissy.
That fucking hurt. Okay.
What did you do? You're sitting there.
No, I screwed up my wrist like 1 or 2 months ago, and it's just been sore ever since. I probably broke it or something. But every now and then, if I like lean on it the wrong way or sleep the wrong way, I'll wake up and the next day it'll just be sore as shit, and it's sore
Yeah,
as shit today.
sounds like a fracture.
It's super uncomfortable, especially when I lift myself up out of my seat with my right wrist and was like, oh yeah, weight on top of it. That doesn't feel good.
Ugh.
All right, so as you move up, you see this towering castle in front of you. You're able to move off and up onto the castle grounds. And it's going to be stupid laggy because I'm using Chrome. Yay!
That looks like a swamp castle.
It looks like a black screen to me.
Well, you're blind.
No, I was saying the handout.
Oh,
You should all see in like middle left of the map.
I mean, I see me. I see nothing, though. Nothing of the
Yeah.
map.
yeah, I don't think our vision's set.
Should be. I said it before.
I see me, similar to everybody else here.
You all have sight. Is the map, Jack?
Incorrect.
Man, today is not our day for D&D.
Seems like
Telling
it.
you.
Over here.
We're here. We're ready to play. The game does not want us to.
All right, y'all chill for a second. Let me figure this out.
Hmm.
First and foremost, by restarting and going back into Firefox. Because everything is set right. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Let's have a race, Steve.
Looks like my.
It's the
That's-
night of technical difficulties, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
The rule is you can't move more than 1 square per click.
I can see sight just fine from
Right.
y'all's perspective. I don't understand.
3, 2, 1. Go.
Nick!
That was so fast, Thorn. Holy cow.
Nick 3 moves or click and then it's gone.
What do y'all see now?
Same. My
I see
token right
the
here.
black abyss of a castle in Aetar.
Mm.
20 feet has sight.
Have you tried
No.
putting us on the wrong layer?
Surely I didn't, right?
No, I meant put us on the wrong one so that we can see it too.
No, you're all on the token layer, so you're good. Dynamic lighting is all turned on. Everything is Gucci.
Maybe there's a giant black reveal on there, or a giant black hide, and you need to reveal the area.
Mm.
You don't see anything as I'm moving your token?
No, I wasn't paying attention. I had Discord up. No. No,
They
it looks
don't
like
have-
you just smushed me.
There don't happen to be multiple red player ribbons on your tabs, do there? Someone said that was an issue once.
Nope. Nope. What the fuck Everybody refresh.
Refreshing.
Refreshing.
Refresh.
Recalculating splines.
Nope, same thing.
Yep, same thing.
Shit.
Yeah. Oh, this is unfortunate.
Oh,
Yep.
I see something.
Yep, I see it.
Might have to do this apparently. Okay, that's cool.
Oh, you
So
gotta
I
do
wasn't wrong.
manual.
Oh,
So that just
Don't see
completely
anything.
removes it. Wow, that's
your Fog of War. Is that it?
Yeah, it's broken apparently.
Fog of War. Let me turn.
I was gonna say that's some intense
Hey,
fog.
Hey,
That
does
looks-
that work?
That looks just
Yep.
like it's supposed to.
Is that right?
Yep.
I'm waiting for
That's
the
better.
screen to- Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So, pro tip: apparently, some of these maps have old Fog of War turned on, and that fucks everything up.
Mhm.
Noted. That's the first map I've ran into in everything that's had that, so that's cool. Okay.
Apparently, my wife just injured herself.
Let me
Uh-oh.
open my 27 handouts real quick, and I'll be ready to go.
Right, yeah. I was asking, the lizard folk, how many people they see around the castle, at one time.
Snapjaw kind of looks back at you and then looks back at the castle and kind of eyes it up and down. You see it's a very, very large structure. He kind of shrugs. He says, lots.
That's not reassuring at all. Is
All
it?
right, we'll go with that for right now. Okay, so as you row up, you see what appears to be about 6 or 7 dug out other canoes, much like the ones that you were riding in,
Mhm.
have been pulled up onto the land here. You see more of the same, 3 to 5 paddles in the bottom of each. Most of them seem to be in good condition. From what you can tell, they all seem to be well used. Off to your east, you see a cleared out area. Down to your south, you see what appears to be kind of makeshift stockades have been built. You see some kind of cleverly designed wicker housing set up. You see a few lizard folk traveling around in the area, walking to and from the areas. They kind of look over at you warily, but see that 2 other ones are with your group, so they kind of just ignore you.
I feel like we need to have a plan of attack here. There's a lot of people here.
No, I agree.
Want to
I think we
essentially
should spend
meet up with
around
the locals.
4 hours or so crafting a short rest plan. I mean, a plan.
What? Just a plan of attack? Well, I think we should. Let's talk with Snapjaw. And just I kind of move up to Snapjaw. Said, who is? Do you have a leader? Do you have someone in charge here that would be, or anyone that'd be willing to help us?
With that, Snapjaw kind of shakes his head no, and first time you see a good inkling of sadness in his eyes. Trying to find the name, 1 second. Snapjaw kind of looks back up at you as he shakes his head no. He says, no, my master, our leader, Suncaller, was killed by Farblex, the leader of the bullywugs that inhabit this area and serve the cult.
Do they serve the cult the same way the lizard folk do? Or is it more malicious?
With that, you see Snapjaw kind of shrug and seems to be eyeing off to the north, where you see a few kind of very ruddy-looking makeshift huts. A couple of frog-like creatures seem to be moving around in that area. Snapjaw shakes his head and he says, "They are savage on the best of days. They don't like us lizard folk being around at all. They serve their purpose for the dragon lovers, though."
Pretty good
Is there
size, isn't
any
it?
reasoning with them?
With that, you see Snapjaw shake his head. Once again, no. I said they are savage creatures, as I said. They fight first and ask questions later, like some people I know.
Rude.
Am I about to have to smite a bitch?
No, we kind of solemnly nod. Kind of clasp him on the back. So we'd like our time here not only to serve us at our goals, but to assist you as well. How might we help liberate you and your people?
With that, Snapjaw looks up at you and sighs. Begins talking then after that, though. He says, "My people will not organize and rebel unless they have a sure way of winning. If you were to help us in this, we would be able to gain our freedom, as it were."
And with that, kind of a smile creeps on my face, Max's face. How could I help with that? It's a noble plight indeed.
With that, Snapjaw kind of points over towards the upper reaches of the castle. Says their leaders, these dragon lovers. There's a black dragon, mistress of this cult, that resides here from time to time. I believe she is here now, or she was when I left yesterday. There are other leaders within here. There's the leader of the Bullywugs, Farplex, Splattergoo. If any of these can be eliminated or silenced, that would help us to rise up and for me to help my people gain back the courage that they once had and fight back against these tyrants.
Splatter goo.
Is there? No, you must know the way through. The inner workings of the castle. How close can you get us to either one of them?
With that, he kind of looks and pained, kind of a pained expression crosses his face. We lizard folks are not allowed to most places within the castle. We guard and walk around the areas, except during night. We do not venture out of our huts or our barracks during the night due to the creature that monitors then in the mist. But I could get you into the castle and past the initial guard. Beyond that, though, it's up to you to strategize and find a way for us to succeed.
I think the only way to truly succeed is to split their forces from inside and out. If you can get us inside and then have you and your people create a distraction by engaging the forces out here, we can attack them with two heads and sever them both clean before they have opportunity to communicate with one another.
With that, you see Snapjaw kind of nodding with your plan. You see kind of a brightness take over his eyes, like he has a look of inspiration. As that happens, he turns around and reaches down into the pouches around his waist belt. As he does so, you see kind of falling out of the somewhat makeshift, very torn up tunic that he's been wearing. You see little trinkets kind of come out that are around his neck. You see little baubles and insignias and things like that. It looks like stuff that's very prized by these people. However, you know them to be absolutely worthless pieces of goods, just things that are very shiny.
Right.
As Snapjaw digs through his pouch, he pulls out 3 little patchworks, and as he holds them out, he says, "These could help you move more freely through the castle." And he holds up, and it looks like small patches that could be quickly, fastened with a pin or something like that to your garments or to your scabbards that match the insignias of the Cult of the Dragon that you've seen before.
How many of them? 3?
3.
Well, is anyone that sees the two of you, motioning to Max and Steve, going to actually believe you're part of this venture?
I don't believe so. And I'm not sure if once we get inside, all bets are off.
As you say that, Snapjaw kind of turns his head to the side. What do you mean when they see you?
The cultists inside the castle. They don't care for my kind either, or our kind.
True.
Motioning to
At least
Steve
according
myself.
to what we have seen so far.
With that, you see Snapjaw kind of somewhat confused by this. But then he kind of shakes his head. He says, "Not many cultists guard this place. That's why so many bullywug and my tribe of lizard folk have been here. We're the guards. Mostly the bullywugs are the guards. We're the transporters, but not many cultists to recognize you, I think."
With that, it kind of turns. So these bullywugs, they police themselves and you.
And as you say that, you see Snapjaw kind of grimace, and you see him actually reach instinctively up to his arm, where you see a small gash. Seemed to be a somewhat old wound, but still very much healing. He kind of nods. He says, "The bullywugs are greater in number, and they killed Suncollar. We have no leader."
With that, I kind of clasp, his arm, where he's wounded. He's like, you're planning to free your people, even at your own peril. You are their leader.
You see kind of Snapjaw kind of look a little aghast. He says, "No, I am no shaman. I am no leader. I just want my friends and my family to be safe."
Kind of give up pep talk. No, leadership is in you. You don't need anything. You are. Use that. Rally your people together. We will do everything we can to ensure that you don't have to live under these beasts any longer.
Give me a persuasion
Hold
check.
on. I want to assist
everyone-
with this.
Full.
Okay.
I'm going to
Everyone,
just
I
add
think,
to that by saying Destiny calls on all of us, whether we want it to or not.
All right. Make a persuasion check with advantage. With that, you see Snapjaw kind of still looking a little bit shaken by the almost what he sees as an accusation. But with that, he slowly nods his head. He says, "I will do the best for my people. And if rallying them to whatever you cause will save them, then you have my support."
Yeah, absolutely. Just say, gather them together. Meet us here in an hour, and we will follow you to the entrance of the castle. Once we're inside, just get a distraction, get the bullywug's attention on the outside, and we'll do our best to find what's his name? Farplex? Okay. To find and bring Farplex to justice.
Farblex, sorry.
Plex.
I mistyped. So with that, just kind of making sure, Snapjaw asked you, so you will wait out here and I will, he kind of motions, he says, only a few of my people are outside the castle, most are working within, but I can go talk to them and try to convince at least some that we can be free of this, and then you will help us?
Convince them to get out of the castle so they're not in the way. We wouldn't want any of them to get hurt.
It doesn't sound like a good
As
idea.
you say that, you see him kind of start shaking his head. I don't think I can convince them to leave, not with all the bullywugs around. They will see us not doing our jobs and not doing the things that we're supposed to, and they will punish us.
What time of day is it?
It's early evening.
Then we'll have to take advantage
till
of
then.
this. Let's take the patches. Some of us can go with, and pretending to be cultists, they shouldn't give you too much of a questioning if we say that you will, head back to your camps.
We will tell them that the ones that we come across to meet you here. Or meet their people here outside the gate. Or unless there's someone else or somewhere else that you could meet.
With that, he kind of thinks for a moment. He says, I can try to get them out here, but I can't make any promises. You have to understand, we've been punished, we've been tortured by these bullywugs and by the cult. My people are more hesitant than not to step out of line.
We just hope that when they see us attempting to liberate them, that they will help us.
And with that, he nods. He says, as do I.
That is all we can hope. I know not all of your people are soldiers.
All right, so what's the plan?
I think we want to get a short rest in, right? Because that wasn't accomplished.
No, it wasn't up until this point.
Okay. Yeah. Give everyone a chance to short rest and then make our way to the castle entrance.
Wait, I thought a bunch of you got to long rest.
3 of us got long rest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
we got long
You
rest.
and
with the rest of
Steve,
you
we're
guys.
not walking to this castle
Yep.
with Stone Skull at half power.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need all of your stones and all your skulls.
So, as you say, you want to rest a bit longer. Snapjaw pipes up and says, okay, I will go inside and speak to those that I can trust. And at the very least, I will lay the seeds of a plan that if something breaks out, if an opportunity arises, or if a distraction is needed,
There we go.
they will assist us.
Remember, their assist would be best outside, out of the castle. We don't have to get caught by more bullywugs or caught in crossfire.
What my friend is trying to say is we can't stop to save them all.
They need to try and save themselves.
And as you say that, Snapjaw kind of raises his maw, almost in a very confident gesture. He says, "We may not be the brightest things, but we can best bullywugs if necessary." We just have to have the confidence to do so.
With that, kind of like strike him in his chest, like that's the spirit. I'm gonna get him worked up. Do you need weapons?
He kind of looks down at the club that's laying down next to him. You notice, you've been around him long enough. You notice that there's no metal, like weapons or anything among any of these lizard folk, even the ones you can see down to the south and southeast. It seems like none of them have any kind of metal weapons. Probably leading you to believe that they don't possess the ability to make them. So most of them are carrying around either heavy cudgels, just solid bark, a tree limb or something like that, or ones with kind of stone at the end of it. But essentially, they all wear clubs. They kind of look at your motion for weapons and they shrug, or Snapjaw shrugs. He says, "We've made it this far off what we have, though." And he kind of looks over towards like Stone Skull's greatsword. Those would not go without a use if in the right hands.
I pull out a pair of daggers from behind my back, and spin them both around and hand them to him. You're like, here, take these.
And Stone Skull kind of walks over by Ignalia and says, I don't think he understands how precious this sword is to me.
As you offer out these daggers, Snapjaw's eyes go very wide, and he smiles, very big, toothy grin, and he nods his head. He says, "Yes, thank you. I will make sure that they're put to good use, if it comes to that."
I have more. I want to give him 2 more daggers and then a pair of hand axes too.
Here, pitch in mine to the pot as well.
We're gonna arm these guys.
Okay.
With that, I want to pull an earthen bolt out of the ground as I was going to use it and just hand it over. It's just a giant spike earth.
A clod of earth.
Yeah, no, it's just like a giant sharp stone.
Great
like
club.
You can use it as a dagger.
All right. So as all these weapons are being handed over to Snapjaw, you see him kind of mystified by all this metalwork, this fine craftsmanship and such. You see him kind of bringing a somewhat, for his size, large pack or a sack, bringing it around to put all these goods inside of it. Even the ones that were given directly to him, he shoves them in there, as well as a great axe. Okay.
And the scimitar.
Jesus Christ, guys. Okay.
What? I had 2. I don't
They
know.
said
Okay.
they
So
said
we're
they could
at-
best them with a club. Let's see what they can do with a scimitar.
Okay, I was
right.
looking at my inventory and I was like, I have 2 great swords. I still have the one that I got from Lingardosa when we took him down. And I don't want to give that up. So I was like, what else do I have? And I was like, oh look, I have a great axe that's never ever going to be used. Let's give that up.
Wait, did I finish mending Arun's bow yet?
You're not gonna.
I would say, yeah.
I don't have any arrows.
I don't think you ever proffered any arrows. So.
No, it's a magic stick to me. Would you need arrows for this thing?
It needs something else.
All right. So Snapjaw, like I said, wide-eyed, kind of very confused from Tara's offering, but wide-eyed at everything else. Shoves all the stuff into his pack until it's just bristling full of weaponry. About the time he turns around and motions for the other lizard folk to join him, and that one brings its pack around and begins shoving items into it. You see Snapjaw, after everything's kind of packed away, looking back up at you and nodding. He says, "I think this will boost their morale and get them agreeable to our cause. Us lizard folk
Nothing else show them we're serious."
Yeah, us lizard folk are not able to create such magnificent weapons, so we make do. But with these, and he kind of grips the bag and shakes it a little bit. With these, we have a chance, even with our inferior numbers. So he looks back up and he says, I can go inside now and begin distributing weapons and being quiet about it and informing everybody. And then do you want me to meet you back out here, or will you just...
Once you spread the word, come meet us back here. Basically gives us a time to short rest and...
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Resisting.
Yeah, y'all get a rest while he's in there doing that, essentially. If he's not caught.
Hey, whoa, buddy.
That, I mean, sorry, living world, things happen.
Yeah,
So you see Snapjaw kind of nod. He says, very well. I will inform my tribe of what is going to happen. And hopefully most of them, if not all, with your generous offering here, will join the cause and be ready for whatever you decide to do. And with that, he kind of nods to you once again and takes off, start moving around to the east. You see off, you can't really see it on the map, but you start seeing off in the distance, there's a kind of moat going around the edge of this castle. But you do see one corner of it kind of spans the moat, and that seems to be where the doorway is. And both of these lizard folk take off that direction. So at that point, you'll be waiting about an hour or so as they go around and seem to talk, hopefully, to their tribesmen and not double cross you or anything. And at that point, we'll take a short rest, and we'll also take about a 5-minute break so I can go get foods.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check on my food.
Cool. So they're going to short rest here. I just wanted to switch up the camera a little bit for you guys. I know it's kind of boring sitting here looking at the same screen over and over. Do something a little different. So yeah, quick, short little break here, and then we'll get right back into it. I know the delay kind of messed things up a little bit. Promise, we're about to get into some real good stuff here, hopefully. I'll see you guys here in just a minute, all right? Have a nice little break from the rest of us.
Like I want to murder him on my way through this, but
That makes 2 of us.
right.
3.
But I feel like it makes more sense because think about it from the perspective of your character. Like you only have one life. Like if there's lots of people and you've got an unknown number of enemies, like you cannot just go in swinging. It makes no sense. But if we know where the leader is, cut his head off. At least make everybody scatter. Then we can go after Rezmir. Like if we can start a domino effect by killing Splattergoo, and then there's bound to be some lizard folk around to see that, right? We arm them.
That's
tell them what we're
actually
doing
his
with
name,
Snapjaw.
right?
Yeah.
Splattergoo?
Yeah, this is his last name.
Nice.
Farblex Splattergoo. Yeah. If we kill him, do it in front of some like send a message, do it in front of some of the lizard folk. You know, if word spread and they start, I mean, if we can start that chain reaction deep inside the castle, that should be plenty of a distraction for us to track down Rezmir and you know, finish her. Like that should be, I think that's the goal. We need to take Rezmir down. But I think we need to take them both down. And then not only do we need to take them both down, but I think we need to take them both down and bounce.
Yeah.
No. God, we can't do that
We
either.
won't be able to do that.
All right, so we're in this, huh? We're in this to the end.
Looks like it.
All right. So that's gonna be my suggestion: is take out the guards, just at least disorient them. We can use the cultist signals and hand gestures to get us as deep as we can until the jig is up. And then as soon as we're found out or we see Farbleck / Resmir, it's go time, huh?
It's always go time to me. Let's just be real about this for a second. If I get the option to swing my sword, I'm gonna swing my sword.
I'm back, and I like whatever you're talking about.
Also, by the way, I have this beer that I'm trying tonight that apparently they made it with chili peppers too, and holy shit, is it fucking spicy.
Mm-hmm. Capsaicin oil is a hell of a thing.
Man, it is a chocolate, vanilla, coffee, and cinnamon stout with chili
What brewery?
peppers. Great North, one here in New Hampshire.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Come back.
Yeah, I remember them.
Oh. They have some good beer. They have a lot of good beer there.
I haven't really sampled it because I really haven't been home very long since I was 21.
Yeah, and they've improved apparently over the past 5 years. They have like a very big variety of beers there now.
What is it? Great North Ale Works, was
Yep.
it?
Yep.
New Hampshire Craft Beer Week just ended.
Mm-hmm. Which is fantastic, by the way.
Well, let me show you guys what I bought because I saw Marissa. Her name's Marissa Ray on Critical Role, right?
Mm-hmm. Marisha.
Marisha, there we go.
Yeah.
It's getting just. I saw it. Saw her wearing it. I loved it, so I went and bought it.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I like that shirt.
Also, did you stop by at PAX? They had Volante Design or whatever it is, superhuman streetwear.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I'm buying a bunch of their stuff. Like, yeah, it's expensive, but I actually liked the quality a lot. Plus, like, holy fuck, that design. Like the chainmail sweater.
Yeah.
So fucking good.
Yeah. Dude, their stuff was just amazing looking. Honestly, it was.
Yeah, I tried on one of the jacket too. They did it in weird numbers, like every inch. So I was able to get like the perfect fit that like didn't constrain movement but wasn't baggy.
Mm-hmm. I was digging some of the long coat Assassin's Creed gear they had.
I thought that was cool. I thought that was a little bit over the top because I plan on like actually wearing it, but
yeah,
it did look nice. I'm getting the is it the Augment 30 or the Augment J3?
Mm-hmm. That one looks cool.
The one that has like a diagonal zip. Yeah.
Yep.
Have to decide on the color scheme though.
Okay. 2 plates of food now. I'm good.
Delicious. Show me what you got.
white rice, and some pork chops.
I had Mexican lasagna. It was delicious.
I'm
Sounds
having State Fair corn dogs and Velveeta mac and cheese.
Man. I miss those days sometimes.
good. I'm still hungry.
It's like my power dinner. It's
Power
like
dinner.
9 minutes to cook it in total,
Mm-hmm.
and you get plenty of food. Actually, there's too much food for like me and my wife. Like we cook 2 corn dogs each, and then there's just way too much mac and cheese. But it only takes 9 minutes to make. So
Corn dogs. What do you dip, man?
ketchup.
That's it?
Yeah, no, I'm a ketchup goes on hot dogs guy. Everyone says I'm weird. I'm like, no, ketchup
No.
belongs on hot dogs.
No, but you need to do a little bit of ketchup. You can have some mustard. Throw a little bit of ranch dressing in there. Spice it up. Do all sorts of fun shit. Corn dogs. Thai chili stuff is awesome on a corn dog. Expand your horizon.
Yeah, but you're talking about work now. This was just like you grab the ketchup bottle, you squirt it, like.
Yeah, all that shit is in bottles. You just do it one more time. Do it ketchup and then something else. I know it's tough with the fridge open and everything. So we get, is everybody fully charged?
Oh yeah, I just scarfed down my last corn dog, so I'm ready to go.
Well, no, I mean
Ready to squash some
character-wise.
toads.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
battle
good.
Teds.
Oh, let me go grab another Dr. Pepper.
I mean, we're fucked then because we're not on their side.
No, we'd be, yeah, shit. We're like Double Dragon,
I was about to say, I fucking love that game.
right? So good.
All right, I'm back. I have Dr. Pepper. I'm ready to go.
Ooh, I need a drink. All right, then I'll be ready to go.
Oh,
Give me
man.
2 seconds.
Yeah, but no, seriously, like that's our go-to when we go to the store. It's like go get 5 meals that we can prep, and then corn dogs and mac and cheese. Inevitably, one day, neither one of us are gonna feel like cooking.
Those used to be good pizza roll days.
Oh, see, that's why I just had to grab some pizza rolls. See, that's the problem. That's like why I got fat when I was working at for Apple. It's like there was always Hot Pockets or pizza rolls or something, and I worked
Sitting
from
around.
home.
Yeah.
Yeah, I work from home, so the kitchen is like 5 seconds away. So
You know
it's
what?
like,
You know what? I
man,
can't
those Hot
handle
Pockets sound great.
the Tyson chicken breast, like the bread
Oh,
ones.
man.
Dude, sandwiches, you nuke them and cut them into strips, just like chicken fingers, dude. Stop. Like, I just eat a whole sleeve of those bitches.
Oh, dude.
Oh, man, no.
You take that and you put barbecue sauce on it and some cheese.
Anything, man. You can do all sorts of stuff.
So spicy.
So
Okay.
I'm a divider here because if you microwave it, I think they're disgusting.
Oh,
if you
no,
put
the
it in
breading
the
is all-
oven,
Yeah,
if you
Toaster
put it in
oven,
the oven,
dog.
toast it. Oh my god, it gets so good.
Toaster oven. It's so much better that you have to get all hot. You gotta wait for that shit to preheat. You just throw it in the tray, crank it on. Done. 12
Dude, my,
minutes.
Okay.
my oven's like, it
think
must
we're
have been
about
brand
ready.
new before I moved in because it takes my oven literally like 10 seconds to preheat.
I know it's been a bit of an off night for us, and I
Natural
apologize.
gas. I don't know if you have a natural gas oven.
Should have some
No, the newer ovens
new
have
stuff coming up soon.
like a dual stage
Big combat
thermocouple.
coming
It's
up.
not just like a new one.
Oh, is
So it
it?
can get up
Looking
this. You
forward
can
to
get
that.
up this temp really, really fast because it can do it safely. It's like, ugh.
Yeah, that makes sense
I
because
wanna,
mine just like
Destroy
you turn it on and
everything.
it has a digital.
And I'm gonna have to pace
thermometer and
myself,
It just like
so-
counts up by 5, and it takes like I don't know 30 seconds.
That's the
or
current
something.
problem
Okay.
right now.
Yeah, mine says it takes like 5 minutes, and that's not even accurate.
The problem I'm currently facing is that we're going into a very big battle, and I'm going to have to take care of all of my my resources here. So I only have 1 action surge and a stone's endurance. Second wind is nice, but that's not as important to me. I have to be very mindful of those 2 things: action surge and stone's endurance. If I can keep that, then we'll be all right.
Aye,
Scott?
Captain.
Steve,
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Check.
Forge.
Yep.
Alrighty. So, about an hour has passed since Snapjaw and his comrade left. You've kind of milled around. Once again, down to the south, you saw a few more lizard folk kind of milling around. It seemed to be the attire and the demeanor of these ones made you lead these were not male lizard folk to your south. Kind of mending the camp and such, moving around. You didn't see cudgels or anything at their waist.
Bunch of sexist.
So you see some other ones kind of down there. To the north, you saw what appeared to be these, what Snapjaw kept referring to as the bullywugs, these frog-like creatures, as well as a few very, very large frogs moving around, milling around these very shoddy-looking areas. You actually kind of milled around the area, and you noticed a very bad and profuse smell coming from that campsite to the north. But one big thing you did note is that the campsite to the north is much larger. A lot more of these small tents than the kind of long tents that obviously belong to the lizard folk seem to own. So it's something to keep in mind. But after an hour or so, you see Snapjaw kind of trotting up warily from the distance from the east, coming back up to you. You see that his pack is gone. He has nothing, not even the 2 daggers that were originally presented to him. He seems somewhat out of breath as he comes up to you and kind of rests his hands on his knees for a moment before standing up and raising his chin up once again towards you in a kind of defiant manner. He says, "I've told all that I could, and I think they'll react when the time is right."
With that, it's like good. We now let's begin these chain of events. Help us get inside the castle. Before we go, we have the 3 patches. I want to put one on me. I want to give one to Steve, and I want to give one to Ignalia. And turn to Stone Skull and Tara and said, "Do you think that you two could keep up the father-daughter routine for just a little bit longer?"
I'm going to shrug and be like, yeah, but I'm not sure how that's going to help us.
Well, I think the best way that we get to the most important people is by going quickly, making it seem, we're on a mission. I suggest that the 3 of us behave like cultists, and we're escorting the 2 of you to see Splattergoo. We have information about, where's his name? Say we have, or you have, the 2 of you have information for Varag Manthar. And it's urgent. I believe that we'll be able to convince most of the common rank and file just to get out of our way. And we, again, we'll get to the Bullywog leader, dispatch him, sow chaos, and then make our way to find Resmir. Turning back to Snapjaw, do you know where Resmir is located? Do you know if she's here?
As you turn around, you see Snapjaw's kind of raising a clawed finger in the air. He says, "That plan will run into difficulty if you say that you're taking something to Varag Manthar. He does not reside around here."
No, that we have information, or that those two have information regarding, or information about it for his ears only.
Well, what I think you're saying is that he is not residing in the castle.
Yeah, he's
so
not
we'd
here.
Be marching around the castle looking for him for no reason.
I'm sorry, I'm confused. You're saying that Splattergoo isn't at the mountain? That's who I'm talking about, like going to see. You're saying he's not here?
With that, Snapjaw shakes his head no. He says, "No, Farblack Splattergoo is here. He's typically down in the caves below the castle. However, the Black Death, the dragon Varagmanthar, is not here. His lair is, and he kind of points off into the distance to the north, a ways away.
Good. And hopefully he won't be a concern to us this evening. Again, kind of out of character. Do you guys understand what I was trying to say?
Yeah, no, I think Havoc got confused. So we're going to go in there and look for Splattergoo and tell him we have information on Bragg.
Yeah. And that
Okay.
it's Stone Skull and Terra specifically have the information, and we are cultist escorts escorting them to see him specifically. Like, get out of our way. VIP's coming through.
And
Just
so
walk in like we own the place.
as you're re-explaining it, you see Snapjaw kind of, once again, kind of holding his fingers up to his chin, scratching it in thought. He says, "Wouldn't that information make more sense to go to the other leader here with the dragon people, the dragon worshippers?" He says, "There is an elf." He kind of twists his lips around the word. His name is Dralmarer. He's an odd one, but when the Black Lady Dragon is not here, he runs the operation. He even kind of shrugs. He says, "Even Farplex answers to him ultimately."
Definitely gonna need that guy's name.
Yeah. We need to eliminate Farblex. Once that's done, your people will be free, or it will at least be be given the ability to earn your freedom without fear. You know that we have your side, and during that, the ensuing battle, that uprising, we will take our opportunity under the shadow of chaos to hunt Resmir down and the rest of the cultists.
With that, you see him kind of nod. He says, "Very well. I will accompany you as far as I can, but you'll have to forgive me. My people must come first, so if I see them in danger and need my help," he once again raises his chin up, "I will go help my people."
With that, we'll look say, if we see your people and help, we will stop as well. This means nothing if innocent lives are wasted.
And with that, you see Snapjaw kind of nod in affirmative.
Did he say the elf is the leader, or is that after the Black Dragon?
He said in this area, he's implied that the Black Dragon, or he's implied that, are you referring to Resmir or
Yeah, Resmir.
Roaring
Yep.
Kabar, Manthar?
The pecking order is Resmir, and then the elf, and then Splattergoo.
Yes.
Well, where does Voragaman Bar fit into this then?
That's who they worship.
Vorog Hamanthar.
Oh, right.
They said he started doing stuff with the cult, so
Yeah.
the pecking order is kind of is he in charge, or are they in charge of him?
He seems to be doing things for the cult, so it makes you've pretty much under the assumption now that somehow either he's supporting the rise of Tiamat or he's under the influence of Resmir or something. I mean, he seems to be supporting the cult right now, though.
And Resmir is another Black Dragon, right?
Half
Black Dragon.
Half Black Dragon. Okay.
Yes. Resmir is the one that you saw. Damien knows who it is because that was the one that ordered the attack on his village and killed his people or his family. And y'all saw her at the dragon camp. When Arun was still part of
leading a large group.
Yeah, in that command tent that was heavily surrounded by very powerful guards.
Mm-hmm. Yup. Yeah.
So, with that,
that's sorry. Ethan.
Snapjaw looks over to you and says, "Well, are you prepared? Do not be frightened when we enter. There are a lot of these bullywug guards, but they won't attack you as long as you keep up the guise of being part of the dragon worshippers.
With that, I tell him, act as if you're leading us there in a hurry. I can't imagine acting would be too difficult in this instance. But if we behave gruffly, it's only part of the ruse.
And once again, Snapjaw nods. He says, "Very well."
With that, I'll take the insignia. I'm gonna pull my, kind of put my shield underneath the, like, part of the cowl. Pull the shoulders back to expose the cultist like breastplate that's been refitted. And put the symbol directly on my chest, little patch. In a place where it would look like it would fit.
Yeah, you're able to. It's kind of everything is wet and gross feeling, so everything kind of sticks to you. So it's not very hard to do that.
I will pull my scabbard aside and start affixing the symbol to, the outside of that, much like we saw the other cultists doing before. And I'll just speak up and inform everyone. What? Damien? Can you hear me?
Nope,
I can hear you.
He can't hear anybody.
I can hear you guys.
I can hear you guys, but I don't think
no,
Damien can
I
hear
think
us.
It's a Damien issue.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to attach that to the outside of my scabbard, and as I do so, I just speak up and say, I want you to know I find this act repulsive. I don't like deception, but I will go along with this just for the benefit of the cause. But it's probably best to leave most of this not to me.
So then just pull up your hood, and try to look as aggressive as possible.
She says, of that I can definitely do, and puts on her plate, or her chainmail helmet.
Wait, chainmail helmet?
I mean, whatever goes with the set of chainmail. She has a helmet.
Okay.
There's a chainmail helmet.
I just always imagine everyone's got a cloak. You know what I mean? Like to go over your whatever you're wearing. Like
she's got both, but she's gonna put the helmet on because that's gonna obscure the face.
Okay, nice. I'm definitely gonna like roll my shoulders back, and be like, puff chest out, like I'm absolutely in charge. I'm gonna walk, quickly, and keep Snapjaw in front of me. With those, the two in the back, say, Tara, stay close. Like, try and put on an act that you're scared.
I think I can do that.
The same thing, the Stone Skull. If you could amp up the concerned father, the faster we can move through this, the faster we can get to Splattergoo.
And Stone Skull nods and says, I'll keep her at my back, and I'll make sure to let off a very aggressive vibe.
Say when we get to Splattergoo, the moment we see him, and I'm talking to Snapjaw too, the moment we get to Splattergoo, you point him out. Understood?
With that, Snapjaw nods his head. He says, "He'll be hard to miss. He wears a lizardfolk head as a helmet."
With that, I just, spit on the ground in front of him, as a show of disgust, and look right up at Stone Skull. When you see him, you split him.
And Stone Skull nods.
That's it. Nods his head.
Let's. Is everyone ready to move?
I'm ready. position behind Stone Skull, frightened little girl mode. Engage.
Let's do
All
it.
right. So Snapjaw starts walking off to the east, leading you along. It's a little bit of a trek, not that far, but you can all start moving to the east. As you move closer, you definitely see a little bit more clearly now the large amount of tents up to the north, leading off in between. Oh no! There we go. Stretch the shit out of poor Snapjaw. You see kind of small mires and such around the area, but you see the dry land is where they've put it. That smell of just nasty, putrid filth reeks from your north. As you make your way closer, you see a large doorway leading into the castle down to your south, as well as a couple more long tents to your east that obviously belong to the lizard folk. And as you get closer, you begin to hear the grunts and croaking of seems to be a various mini amount of these bullywugs.
Man, I feel like I have no vision. Like I can't see. I have no concept of
this
where I
map
am or
is
what I'm doing.
huge, so it's hard to see. I think that's why they.
Okay.
Let me see if this does anything for y'all.
I was to say, I've only got like dark vision going right now. I have no bright vision.
Oh.
Hey, I see everything now.
Did that show like the inside of the castle too, or just the outside?
No.
Just line of sight.
Like
I
where
see
the
line of
doors are,
sight.
we have line of sight.
Okay.
Hello, Frog.
So like we can see into the areas over here.
Okay. So yeah, it's daytime, so you've got some light above. It's not super bright, but it's enough to make it where you can see a little better. So that'll make it a little easier. So down below you, you start to hear the croaks and such of several of these bullywugs that I believe you fought before.
Yeah,
I think we got
we fought
them. Yeah.
They
If I
attacked
remember
the
right.
caravan.
Did we?
Or-
Oh yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
They stole the horses.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've recognized these
No,
creatures
no.
and
Those were the same ones. They didn't steal the horses.
now the
The horses were spiders and
arachnids.
ettercaps.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Mhm.
right.
You were ambushed.
We're working our way through the
north
monster
of,
manual.
Oh, that was
pretty much. I mean, the
that
second-
was when I was not really here when we
Yeah.
fought those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but you do all recognize these creatures. You see that they have some of these. You see the frog-like creatures standing on two legs, but you see obviously very large, giant frogs surrounding them as well. Some of them have chains hanging from their neck, but nobody seems to be in control of these creatures. They kind of just move around as they want to. As you look around, you see two very large gates standing wide open as you move into this area. It looks like they, based on what you can see on the ground, some muck has kind of moved up against the gates. It seems like these haven't been closed in a long while. And some of the muck and everything is kind of built up against them, making it like whenever they do close, it's going to be very difficult to do so. But inside you see no less than 10 of these bullywug creatures, as well as quite a few of their giant frogs milling around. As you move in and Snapjaw kind of leads the way, he looks around, kind of lowering his head as he passes by some of these creatures, moving purposely, though, as you instructed him to, moving down and heading towards the next landing, kind of a causeway down to the east.
I'm going to stay right behind him. I don't want him to be too far from me.
Okay.
Yeah, I can.
As you're moving, you see a couple bullywug.
I'm gonna be right behind him. You know what I mean?
All right. You see a bullywug and a frog kind of milling around and standing in the way. But as you all move forward, you see the bullywug kind of raise a menacing glare up towards you all, look around and see the insignia sitting on Max's chest, and he kind of shuffles backwards. The frog kind of joining suit, and they open up the pathway leading into the causeway. You also see You also see a stairwell leading up. Yes, up to your south.
The one that stared at me, I'm gonna give him a little, a lingering glare. Not a lot, but I see you eyeballing me.
And as you do so, you see it kind of looking at you, and it looks slightly too unintelligent to really understand what you're doing to it, so it kind of just shuffles along without really paying attention.
Basically, just malice in my eyes, like that the universal symbol of don't make a mistake.
And it's like, okay, sure, whatever, go away.
Ribbit.
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 And with that, Snapjaw keeps walking further down this causeway. Out the windows, you see more of the mirror outside of it. No windows or bars or anything like that are present. Up above, you see there might have been a roof at one time, but there is actually no roof now. And you actually see up above you, on the next floor up, you see some, I wouldn't say palisades, more like railings of the next floor where it looks like somebody could be walking around. You actually do see a frog-like head bouncing up here and there, walking back and forth. Seems like they've opened this area to where they could easily fire down from the second floor down to the first.
Nice.
So as you make your way up to this next area, Snapjaw kind of stops and looks around, make sure nobody's looking. He says, "We're about to be in the middle of the ground floor. Tread carefully. Lots of bullywugs here." And with that, he moves around the corner, moving into this courtyard. As you move in, you see the edges of this area are kind of packed in with hard earth, so it's easy to step on it. However, as you move further, especially on kind of the western side where you see bullywugs milling about, you see their flat feet kind of shuffling the ground and making more and more mud as they move around. And as you move in, you actually start stepping through mud, and you see the entire area has been, instead of kept to be a nice hard packed earth, it seems like the bullywugs have just been churning it up into mud constantly. It makes it a little bit difficult to move around. That
Okay.
Snapjaw kind of moves up and stops in the middle of the area and looks around, kind of motions back to you, talking kind of quietly and softly. He says, "I'm not sure where it is that you need to go to find Farplex. He could be down below, he could be up above, he could be on this floor," and he kind of motions around to the various doors surrounding you. He motions over to the one to the east. He says, "That is it's a thing." He says, "That is a barracks area for the bullywugs. Sure to be lots of them there." He motions to his west. And you see kind of what appears to be where used to be chapel spires up above this area to your west where this large doorway is. It's fallen with the years, and now seems to be almost a desecrated ruin, but the door is shut. He says, "Some guards mill about here, but it seems like," he kind of motions off to his northwest. He says, "These dragon worshippers sometimes go there to pray." And as he's motioning to the northwest, he says, "They're," referring to the cultists, "their barracks are over in that area. Sure to be a few there if they're not milling about in the area." And he kind of shrugs after that. He says, "What lies above or below, I do not know."
When he said cultist barracks, did he mean the top one or the middle door there on the left?
He kind of motioned all of them.
Okay, I'll put it in the middle then. Did he say what was to the door to our south, right there?
Can we get can you click on the doors that you're referencing so I know what we're talking about?
So chapel.
Okay.
Bullywug barracks. Cultist barracks. He refers to this area and says, he kind of, as you motion down to it, he looks a little bit squeamish and shy. He says, "That is where we attempt to make these things, and he kind of motions off to your weapons, your swords and such. Attempt to try our hand at constructing your weapons. Unfortunately, we're not very good at it.
Well, it'd be better than nothing. Something sharp would be better than the sticks you're carrying.
With that, he kind of shrugs. He says, even making something sharp is difficult.
Said, no worries. If you can't lead us any farther, go meet with someone. You don't need to be in the crossfire here.
With that, he nods. He looks up to you, and first time, he's been very diminutive with his demeanor and such during this entire time since earlier in the day when you met him. Kind of looks you up directly in the eyes, and he says, "Be safe."
I'll kind of extend my hand out to him, as you as well.
And with that, he shakes your hand very briefly, kind of looking over his shoulder as you see some of the bullywugs to your northwest, kind of raising eyebrows and paying a little attention to you before turning back and milling around. And he heads off to the northwest or northeast to join the group of lizard folk here.
Kind of out of character, guys. What do y'all think? Because I'm thinking we go through the barracks.
I mean, which one?
The
Cultist
bullywug
or-
barracks.
Hmm.
I say we got to turn the numbers in our favor first, which means we got to get the lizard folk active on our side. That opens up a whole host of, whole bunch of benefits for everybody.
Let me ask this. I know we're gonna kill Splatter Goop or whatever his name is, but what is our overall goal here? We're just checking out the castle. We coming to kill Resmir?
Resmir. Yeah. We're
Okay,
here to kill Resmir. That is the goal.
That is the goal. We're going after Resmir.
Where were you?
I was here. The goal was never stated. It's like, hey, we're gonna go kill.
Don't you dare say that.
No,
we had a
serious.
very long in-depth
Yeah, no, I was
conversation.
there for the conversation. The goal was never clearly stated. So let's just move on past that. And all right, so we definitely need to get the lizard people on our side if we're going after Resmir. So
Yeah.
I'm with you. If the Brax is the first guess of where Splatter Group is, let's go through there.
Yeah, we need the lizard folk to help us control this area, which means overthrowing the bullywugs.
Yeah,
So
totally do.
Control this floor first, and let's work our way up.
Yep.
All right.
I agree with that.
We stick with the ruse. Do we want to snatch one of these guys up and ask him a question?
Bullywugs?
Mm-hmm.
What do we want to ask it?
Where Perplex is?
Oh, okay. I thought you just wanted to start looking. Yeah.
Okay. Guess that's the thing we're doing. Gonna do the thing.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm gonna ask Horde. So I'm not attacking him, but I'm gonna just yell at one.
Yell at him. You!
Yeah, worm.
Giant dragonborn yelling at a frog. This should be great.
I'm gonna move up and say, you. Where's Chieftain Splattergoo?
Talking to one of these guys to the north.
Mhm.
Yeah, let's say that guy right there.
So as you say that, you see this creature, this bullywug, kind of turn towards you. Seems to be holding a single spear in its hand. It kind of turns its head, and all it does is just make this kind of raspy, croaking sound at you. Kind of see it kind of trail off in a higher pitch, almost like it was questioning you.
Do I recognize this language? Or is it just a croak?
I don't think anybody speaks bullywug, so you all hear a frog croaking.
So yeah, he turns his head. No, I would just turn on my heel then. Just like in disgust, like idiot. And make my way to. I can't go any farther towards the door.
Hold on.
Hmm.
I'm trying to figure out how message works. I don't know if it shares a language or if it's just.
Nope. We don't want to. I personally think magic is gonna spook these little dudes, like. And it doesn't work if they can communicate if they're not super intelligent. I mean, they're clearly intelligent.
Intelligent enough.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's just start looking then.
That's stupid. They're not gonna bother us. Not really. Not unless we threaten them.
We could also always go into the crappy forge and see what's there.
So
Well, so yeah, didn't he say it was mostly lizard folk that worked the forge?
Yeah, he said it was solely lizard.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, is it worth stopping in there quickly to see what's up?
I mean, to what end?
I think this is where the DM says, I don't know, find out.
No, we're past that point.
Yeah, no,
This is
I'm
all
polling the group right now.
I guess to what end? What do you want to accomplish in there?
I mean, mostly scouting. I want to just kind of lay of the land. There could be anything in there. We expect it to be non-hostile, so maybe pass by, make sure the lizard folk are truly alone and in a safe position to, like, be ready.
No, I don't necessarily disagree. I'm just imagining everybody in the group, kind of got our hearts up in our throat because we're surrounded in enemy. Like I don't know if the whole group run around doing recon right now is necessarily the best idea.
Maybe if we had a rogue to do recon, we could sneak around.
I mean, we could go investigate it, but I don't know. Why not do it later? When
No, I expect by the time we find this guy, it's going to be a castle-wide fight. So
Yeah. I'm thinking at some point all this is going to go south, and it's not going to matter which door we're behind. So we should take the most direct path I think that we're going to need to get to where we're going to go. And if we all think that's through the bracks, let's go.
Yeah, I just think we're going to, again, out of character, we're going to start doing rolls here at some point, and the more rolls we do, they're not going to end up in our favor. So let's minimize it. Let's straight line that nonsense. That's where my vote is. Sounds cool. Damien?
Well
All right.
said.
Yep, no one's speaking up. Let's do it.
So, where y'all going?
We're going into the
Bullywug
barracks.
barracks.
All right, so just throwing the door open like you own the place and moving on in?
Yeah.
I feel like Max needs a clipboard and some spectacles and a quill, and he just needs to go in there just and write something on it.
Violations everywhere.
All right, so as you open this door and start to look around, you see at least 12 bullywugs beginning to kind of eye you suspiciously as you make your way into the room. Seems like this might have been a tidy barracks at one time. However, now it's just largely empty of furniture. Much of the flooring, much like outside, is churned to mud. and the stink of these bullywugs begins to permeate all of your nostrils as you open this door.
Is that a doorway, some stairs? What else am I seeing?
You see a stairwell leading up to the north, or to the south, rather, sorry, and you see a large window down to the southeast.
It's a window.
Yes.
I am going to turn and march right up the stairs.
As you begin to move forward, these two bullywugs that are standing in front of the stairs bring their spears together kind of in an X shape and bar your path.
Stone Skull's going to kind of push Tara into the room, and we're going to close the door behind us.
As that's as an attempt to distract him, I'm going to put up the two fingerless cultist symbol right up in their face, and like put my hand on one of the spears, like to push it out of the way, not like shoving, just like, I'm, this is who I am. Flashing the badge, get out of my way.
As you do so, the bullywugs kind of look at you and look at each other, and then as you begin to push the spear away, they forcibly push your hand away, and they both kind of croak at you in a very commanding fashion.
How big is this room?
Somewhat large.
It's about 40 feet across by 80 feet long.
Yeah, there you go.
35 by
35,
55.
55. There you go.
I'm just gonna turn around, like stand up and turn around to the rest of the group, say, shall we have at it then?
Which one was it that kind of pushed Max's hand away?
They both pretty much did.
Two directly here.
Yeah, to yourself.
Okay.
They're pretty much barring the way this way.
Can I, what I want to try is to move them to the side, but do it like, again, like not aggressive. Like I'm getting past you. Like, again, that performance maybe, like, that VIP entrance. Like, no, you need to get out of the way. Across languages.
You can try, yeah.
Okay. What would you like me to?
As you take a step forward and begin kind of, you're not going to even roll for this, start moving these creatures out of your way, you see the bullywug directly to your southeast level its spear towards you as you begin touching them.
As soon as he levels his spear at me, I'm going to try lob the head off the one in front of me.
All right.
As soon as Max does that,
I'm jumping up here.
That's all it takes.
Does that, we
great
are going
sword
to roll for initiative.
does its thing.
Yeah, I want it to be like level 6. Like, all right, swing.
Dude, every time on initiative, like every time.
Help me out,
If
please.
it's not a
Here it
nat,
comes.
it's a below a 10.
Yeah!
Oh,
Non-natural
look at
one.
Unnatural one.
Unnatural one.
Do I get to go like surprise round?
Yeah, you'll get a surprise tag.
Like I surprised every motherfucking body.
You didn't really surprise us. I think we were all waiting for you to do that.
Oh, Steve. Yeah. I mean, I
Look,
was
Steve Critfelden did better than me.
And me. Thorn, my
I'm just saying.
initiative is worse than yours.
No,
I just
mine-
mean like I tried to go out of the way to be nonviolent. That dude's not having it. And I'm on a
everyone
mission.
saw you except for Tara.
Yeah. Egg one. Eesh.
There's an awful lot of things that need to die in front of me. An awful lot.
I am dead last. Love it.
But we get
Alrighty.
surprise round.
So, Willie, go ahead and make your one attack as you try to lop the head off this thing.
Sorry. Measure. Oh, that's so good.
Don't worry, Zorn. You can haste me for the next
It's an
round.
attack roll.
Yeah, as you
Oh,
attack this
I
one
wasn't
directly
going
in
to
front
haste
of
you
you.
for this one.
21.
Oh.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
For 10. I should just turn that off because I'm not doing mid versatile. You know what I mean? I'm only ever using it one-handed down with a shield.
Makes sense, but there's always that possibility. You know, shield gets knocked out.
Man, might as well roll it.
All right, so as you bring the antagonist around, you catch this thing right on the side of the neck. However, you try to slice and pull the blade back towards you to start doing a cutting motion. It kind of flinches away from the attack, leaving a gigantic gash down the side of its neck, but it didn't quite decapitate it. It's still barely standing. And with that, the one that leveled its spear at you is going to step forward and attempt to stab it two-handed into you, Max. Move and spear. Nat 1. All right. Yeah. I think y'all are going to need every help you can get, so I'm going to go ahead and roll on the table.
I don't understand why they all get to go before us.
Because your friend just tried to lock one of their heads off.
Well, yeah, but we were all waiting on our friend to do that.
Okay, so as it lunges forward, it misses you as you kind of sidesteps around you. You see it bringing its hands back for another attack. However, the spear begins to slip out of its hands, but it's able to grab hold of it and keep hold of the spear. So, Max, you're up.
I am going to whip or actually start whistling, but at like an inhale, like a very low that goes lower and lower and lower until he literally inhales the sound out of the room.
Nice.
So
Dig it.
I'll cast it right here. It's 20 feet. So that will cover the entire room. With the exception of this one guy back. Nope, that's still 20. Cool.
Everything
So the
will-
whole room becomes silent.
Okay.
Hmm.
And I will finish my turn.
All right, so as you
That's-
hear Max letting out this low-toned whistle, it seems to almost get quieter and quieter the
I mean,
lower it
that's-
gets. And
so
then
that's
eventually
smart
just cuts
because
off. And as you look around, even though you see
nobody
these
can hear
bullywugs
anything.
standing up and moving towards you, slopping through this mud,
Inside
you see
or
it
out.
flopping off to the
So it makes
to the
sense.
sides of its
It
the
does
feet.
make sense.
However, you hear no sound all around you.
I'm sorry for that there, kink in what you're thinking, Tara, but we can't alert the whole castle.
I can't do anything now. I'm gonna
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Anything
Yeah.
vocal cannot be used now.
Yeah, I have one spell that's non-vocal.
So this one's gonna run up and jab at Tara with a spear. Holy shit! Another nat 1.
Wow.
Okay, this is how my night's going. All right, so as it jabs towards Tara, it completely misses and it kind of leaves itself open. You see it kind of wrapping its hand around its spear. It seems to be holding it incorrectly. It's going to have disadvantage on its next attack. I mean, I can show you pics if you wanted. I'm staring at my two nat 1s that are 4s.
I want to see it.
Can I get both of them in one screenshot? I can.
Snipping tool is wonderful.
Mm-hmm. There are no baby bumpers. I'm
Photoshop.
literally rolling like
Only
ass.
Photoshop.
Baby impos.
Literally rolling like ass. All right, so that one has disadvantage on its next attack. Right along to this other one across the room. Shit, man. There we
at it.
So this one across the room. Oh, well, they both nab one, so that's fine. Okay, so this one's going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, right up next to you. And instead of leading with its spear, it's going to lead with a bite and then try to spear you. Is roll 20 broken?
No. Maybe.
Because I just rolled another nat 1.
Huh?
No, I can literally roll
Yeah.
something beside a nat 1 on my check test. Yeah.
Awesome. Hey,
That's terrible.
that's such bad luck for you. I'm so sorry.
It's so bad. Just wait until
Terrible.
the other 12 guys I have start hitting. All right, so as this one charges forward at you, Ignalia, it stumbles and actually almost falls prone, but it's leaving itself completely open. The next person that attacks it has advantage on their attack.
Good to know.
All right, well, let's see if this guy can do anything. He's going to step up and, much like the last one, lead off with a bite. Okay, 20. And one-handed spear. 10.
So what do you roll?
20 on the bite and 10 on the spear.
20.
All right, so it comes in and bites you on the arm, kind of clamping down on your chainmail armor, doing 3 bludgeoning damage. But its one-handed spear is able to be easily dodged as it's recovering from the blow. And Stone Skull.
All right. So, because this is now the thing, charging right between these two, I'm going to swing the great sword directly to his left, so to the one that has disadvantage, I think that's what that marks for. Yeah, the one to the north.
I think that one has disadvantage on his next attack.
Yeah, on his next
The one that
attack.
attacked Tara.
Yeah. I was just indicating that's the one I was attacking. Not that I had. Yeah, okay. Still alive? Okay, and immediately as I swipe and hit him, I'm going to just continue this motion all the way around, kind of pulling the sword back as I spin past Tara and Max and immediately try to cleave down on the one to the south.
Yep.
Holy shit.
Yep.
Blender 3000.
Linda
initiated.
3000 initiated. Yeah, and that's going to be my turn.
All right, so you all see Stone Skull taking steps forward, moving up, raising his sword. You see kind of a gnarlish face upon him as he's screaming out loud, but none of you hear anything as he brings down and cleaves one bully across the chest, and then immediately with the backswing, turns around and almost letting go of his greatsword and doing it one-handed, lops off the head of the second one.
Ooh, like a backhand? Like
Yeah.
a carefree backhand?
Mhm. Just like swinging it, not even looking.
Like, I know where your head's at. I've done this dance.
I got this.
All right, so as Stone Skull's flailing around doing his blender, this one's going to step up and attempt to bite and bring his spear around. 19.
On me?
Yep.
Yup.
And 22.
Yup.
All right, so it reaches in and grabs you on the arm as you're kind of recovering from your second slash, dealing 5 bludgeoning damage with its bite.
Okay.
And as it kind of has you in its clutches, it brings its spear up and stabs it right into your arm for another 4 piercing damage for 9 total.
Okay.
All right. That one's all up in your grill. This one is
I
going...
should be after the one that has 8, by the way. Somehow I'm not on the turn order.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay, so you have 5 initiative. Oof.
Because you crit failed. They didn't even bother putting you up there. It's like gross.
Ew, a crit fail.
Yeah, you should have more than plus
There we
1
go.
next, so you should be good. Okay, so this one is going to... let's see. Doesn't have a lot of room to deal with, but it's going to do its best. It's going to rush down 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 towards Max, and much like the others, bite and spear. 15 and nat 20
Nope. On the 15.
on the 15.
I'm back. I was gonna.
Wait a second.
So as you sidestep and bring your arm up that it was trying to latch onto with its bite, you're able to sidestep around that. However, the spear comes up and catches you right into the ribs, dealing a total of 12 piercing damage as it wrenches into you and it pulls it back out. And as more of these creatures join into the fray, rushing forward, opening their mouths in silent protest. This one, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, rushes down towards Terra and attacks with a bite and a spear. 17 and 14.
Yes, on the 17.
So it bites down on you and does 3 bludgeoning damage. Steve.
All right. I'm gonna step in between Stone's Call and Max and stab at this one.
Okay. 19 hits. You should get sneak attack, right?
Yeah, because
Yeah. All right. So yeah, as you stab into this thing, you clearly know exactly where its vitals are and stab your rapier right through it, dealing a total of 19 damage, which is more than enough.
all right, and disengage.
All right. So this other one that didn't get its head almost cut off is going to stab at Max after biting him. 18 for the bite and 14 for the spear.
No.
All right, so it bites down on you, dealing another 3 bludgeoning damage. This dude is going to 10, 15, 20. Right up next to Terra and Ignalia is going to turn his attention towards Ignalia, though, and bite for 13 and spear for 10. Going to miss both of his attacks. And Terra.
Gonna go with the one that's right in front of me.
To your north?
North.
Yeah, 25 hits.
For 9 bludgeoning.
It's meaty. Damn, that wasn't even close to max roll either, too. Jesus. So yeah, you bring your maul around and sink it into this thing and do a good amount of damage. This thing is barely standing up. It's bleeding profusely from the impact of the maul. All right, the rest of their turns. One to your north, Ignalia is gonna bite for fucking that one again.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Does he break his teeth?
I would assume so.
Ooh.
Does he lose
Does
them?
does he have teeth?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
He bites with his mouth and nat ones, and it says you drop your weapon on a decent fail. So
Drop his teeth.
He broke his teeth on my armor. That works for me.
He passed the next save, so he's fine. He reaches in, bites, and like recoils back away, and is unable to bring his spear around as well. However, this one that is barely standing that Max tried to behead is going to attempt to lunge down at you and bite and spear you. 11 and 8, or no, 20.
Yeah, he's gonna die.
Yeah.
To get towards.
Attempts to behead you. Put your face out towards him.
It lunges in for a bite. You're able to easily dodge around it as it's kind of sluggish with its movements, but with a burst of speed, it brings its spear around, dealing 5 more piercing damage to you. And the last one up by Ignalia, not seeing a good place to get in anywhere, is going to step back and bring its one spear up and throw it at Ignalia. 22!
Yep, I'll do it.
Nice. So it lobs the spear as you're kind of fending off the 4 creatures near you. You don't see it coming, but it only catches you right across the cheek for 2 piercing damage. And Ignalia.
Oh boy. Yep. I will just pull my longsword back and swing it at the one that fucked up, trying to bite my armor.
Okay.
Nope. All right.
Yeah, 9's not gonna hit.
Great. Turnover.
All right. Dead. Max.
I have a tough time seeing everything. So
Oh,
there's 2
no.
alive right in front of me, and then
Yeah, down
a whole
south.
slew of
2 to
them up
your right are
front.
dead. Yeah,
Yeah.
they don't scale with the damn map.
I am going to um yeah, the one that I've almost beheaded. I'm just
Mhm.
going to take another swing at him
All right, yeah, that's gonna hit.
for 8 mass.
Only needed 1.
Yeah, and
Anything else?
nope, that'll end my turn.
All right, so still in this. Ooh, actually, I won't do it because I don't know how many attacks you've been hit by, but you are
Oh,
maintaining
concentration.
on silence.
Man.
So going forward, I will need rolls for that.
Okay.
So yeah, you bring the antagonist around and are able to finally take off the rest of this thing's head after leaving a giant gash and it flailing around at you. This one next to Ignalia, bite and stab. 19, 16.
1 hits.
Brings its bite around and clamps down on your armor once again for another 5 bludgeoning damage. One to your northeast is also going to attack you, Ignalia. 11 and 19.
Second.
So it bites down, but you're able to flail it off as you kick the other one off of you. However, you're not able to catch the spear in time as it comes in and deals 8 piercing damage to you. Stone Skull.
19.
Okay. Hit. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So Stone Skull in this like spinning motion just begins lopping heads off. Okay. Yep. That one does not hit.
AC acquired.
So as Stone Skull just goes charging through, slaying these bullywugs as he moves through. Quick, deft movements of his greatsword, just lop, lop. Moves up, chucks another one's head off as he brings it around. This one's actually recovering from biting Ignalia, and it kind of ducks under your blow, just happenstancely. Is able to dodge your blow just barely. All right, well, dead. Steve.
Strong.
All right. I'm confident in Max's ability to fill that one.
You should be.
Are on Terra and this guy. Fortunate soul. Nope.
Oh, unfortunately, no. A 9 is going to miss.
So Terra.
Steve runs forward, takes a quick stab as this
Man.
creature's standing up, and immediately turns around to look at Stone Skull, who just swung a sword at him. And as he does so, he actually dodges around the blade. Once again, very luckily that he happened to be moving that direction as the rapier comes flying by him and misses. The one down to your southwest, Willie, is going to bite and stab. 13 and 20.
In a second.
Second one, so the bite comes down, you're able to sidestep it, but the spear, just a quick 1-2 attack, comes around and catches you for 7 more piercing damage. Dead and Terra.
Con save.
Oh yeah, con save from Willie.
Oh, sorry.
Supposed to remember that, Willie. You're gonna able to keep concentration, just barely. All right, now Terra.
Hit that one in front of me for 6
Singing.
poison.
One above you.
Yeah.
All right, once again, bringing the maul around and making solid contact, just not quite enough to take it out in one hit, but doing a good amount of damage to it. Ignalia to your north, bringing the bite for 22 and the spear for 12.
Yep. The damage.
Bite is going to clamp down on you for 2 bludgeoning damage. This one, his head is gone. This one no longer has a spear because it threw it, but it's going to run down and at least attempt to bite you, Stone Skull.
Mistakes were made.
18.
Yep.
It's going to bite down on you for a whole 5 bludgeoning damage.
A whole 5. Okay.
It can barely fit its mouth around your freaking arm that it's biting onto, and it kind of flails there for a second. All right. That was his. Wait. Yeah, Ignalia.
Yep. Same maneuver. Yep. Great.
Same roll, too.
See you next turn.
Wow.
All right, Max.
I'm gonna finish off this gentleman right here. In front of me. For 8. Damn. Almost.
I'm assuming you're talking about the one in the southwest, right?
Yeah. So yeah, the guy I'm stuck.
Can't
up
tell if
with.
I'm missing one or not with all the damn nameplates.
Right.
So yeah, you bring the antagonist around. You're not able to quite kill it in one shot, but it's heavily damaged now. This one, not entirely sure who to attack, is going to roll a d3. It's going to turn back around to original target Ignalia and bite. Ooh, nat 20. And stab for 6. So it bites down on you for 9 damage. Actually, I rolled max damage. So you take 9
Nope.
bludgeoning. This one, seeing Stone Skull up, is going to, the one to your northwest, Stone Skull, is going to bite and stab. 12 and 20.
20.
It brings around its spear to catch you for 7 piercing damage. And
Okay.
it is your turn.
Sorry. All right. Being attacked is not something I enjoy, so I'm going to immediately attack this one back with the great sword. 15 to hit.
Hits.
And then continue again with the motion, bringing it across to the one south of him. 22.
Yeah.
12 and 15.
Well, somebody's getting the high KD this fight.
Let me tell you.
That kill count though.
Seriously, it's almost double digits now. Almost.
All right. Anything else?
Nope. Nope, I'm
All right.
okay right now.
I imagine Tara's screaming at you that one was hers, but you can't.
All Terra gets is a little bit of mouth of bullywug blood for her troubles as the blade flies through and cuts both of these things deep, and they both drop to the ground. Steve.
Alright. As that one drops, move up and try to stab that one.
Okay. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And with sneak attack damage, it will die.
Alright. I don't want to stand on a dead body. It's rude.
Some remorse for the dead somehow. I don't know where that came from. All right, Steve steps forward and is able to just quickly drive his rapier right into the chest of this one, and it kind of, you see its mouth opening and closing like it's gasping, but obviously cannot hear anything. This one's upset with you, Willie. It's going to attack back. 5. Oh my God! Another nat 1.
Yes.
22.
Want to make it? Ooh, what's this? This is new. I don't think I've seen this one.
So as this thing reaches out with its spear, you see some of the mud begin to dislodge itself beneath its feet, and as that happens, you see it lose one foot, and then the second one slips out from underneath it, and it falls prone in front of you.
That is a shame.
Oh, that is such a shame.
Terra.
That's why you don't.
Double
Fail.
Wow. Wow.
Well, this is the fun one at least. All right, I need a. Oh no, it's from me actually. Okay, so as you move forward, Tara, much like the frog down to the southwest, you lose your footing. You step forward and lose your footing and fall prone in front of this creature.
Okay.
Okay, dead. Alive, however, and is going to see down Terra, but all it can do is bite, so it's going to try with advantage. 14?
No.
No. So it tries to bite down on you, and you kind of squirm out of the way, slip in through the mud, and you're able to dodge the attack.
Natural habitat.
Back home, boys. Ignalia.
All right, move on up. One more attempt. Not quite that close.
I was going to say you're inside him.
18.
Hey, 18 hits.
9 damage.
All right, Ignalia brings her blade around, kind of out of her element a little bit, but she's able to deal a good amount of damage to this thing as it's reaching down, attempting to bite Terra, but does not kill it quite with one attack. Max.
As Max is getting ready to attack, Stone Skull shouts out, "If you don't kill this guy, I'm going to."
It'd be sweet if I could hear you.
Yeah, none of us can hear that.
No, that's the point.
All the mouthing of words.
That's the point.
I think I get advantage, right?
Oh, yeah.
I think I needed it.
Matters. Oh, and the 12 on both slots.
Nice.
Ugh.
Mm.
So yeah, you find the spine of this creature and just drive your blade straight through it, bisecting this entire thing.
No, I imagine foot on the chest and just swing it like a putter kind of thing, like right across the top of the ground, but just across the neck. Just, yeah, so the head doesn't even have to move. Just through and through.
Is there anything alive? There's
One.
one dude left. Yeah.
One.
All right. Stone Skull. Put him out of his misery.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Like, you can
2 times.
literally, I don't think you can roll low enough to not kill this thing. So. No, no, it's literally impossible. So yeah.
Yeah.
It's dead.
It's dead.
As soon as I essentially, I imagine my back was turned around. I turn around and see a whole pile of bodies laying behind me. But I see no other, combatants, so I'll drop the spell and go to work healing myself first.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to work burying the bodies.
Gonna go ahead and sheathe Langradosa's great sword and look at Ignalia and say, "It isn't as fun if I can't hear them scream."
as you say that, she is visibly like hit, like hand on hilt. Her sword is starting to smoke with frustration.
Your hilt is starting to smoke.
Giggity?
Yeah. No.
No.
You know, you're turning around and say, is everyone okay?
As you observe the area, you see that Ignalia and Terra and Stone Skull are just kind of covered in this red ichor that was the inside of these bodies that they just mowed through. But they all appear to be okay.
Turn and nod to Max and say, never been better.
Good, big man. Everyone else, are we ready to continue? As I'm kind of talking, everybody, I'm gonna imagine just using prestidigitation, to clean myself, and everyone else who wants to be, free of mud and battle. Right. I'm gonna clean even at a distance. I imagine like licking my thumb and doing and cleaning a little bit of the blood off, if there is any. Not the mud, of course. any signs of combat.
As you do so, Terra begins kind of melting the earth around her, and the bodies begin to sink down into this very soft mud that makes up the floor here. All the kind of blood and ichor and stuff kind of flies in the air and joins all of them in their shallow graves.
I want to start collecting their spears, making a small pile.
Okay. Yeah, you find
By the door. Stack them up by the door.
You can say, how many do we find?
11. The one that got thrown broke.
All right.
So you have found 11 spears. Yeah. Don't really find anything else on their bodies. Everybody give me perception checks. Jeez.
Perception.
I'm awesome at these.
Hey.
Better than last week.
Hey, I rolled a 12.
Ignalia, as you're looking around the room, Stone Skull, you notice this shortly thereafter. You look down to where the staircase is leading up into the floor above, but down below it, you see what appears to be 3 chests that are just kind of covered in mud.
Wait, where?
You say chest?
Below the staircase.
Did you say steak?
Look there, under the shade of the staircase.
Over yonder. Oh.
I punch Max in the face.
I might just get hit and just rub my jaw. That was just a joke. Just a joke.
1 point of fire damage.
Ignalia, go ahead and give me an unarmed
resistant.
strike, please.
I'll take 0.
Oh, true.
So yeah, y'all see 3 chests down below the stairs.
The blind girl goes rummaging.
Let's see.
Staying by the door.
So as you all begin looking through these chests, except for Max, who's watching the door, and I guess Stone Skull that's taking up a lookout position. You see what appears to be a small amount of wealth that was probably being paid to these bullywugs. All in all, you find 30,000 pieces worth of copper, 500 silver pieces, and some jewelry. You see copper and tin with ornamental or semi-precious stones within it. You kind of figured this would all be worth, all these jewelry would be worth about 350 gold pieces. All of this totaling about 700 gold pieces overall. It's going to weigh about 500 pounds.
Say it again, 30,000 copper. How much silver?
500 silver. And jewelry worth another 350 gold.
It's going to weigh how much?
500 pounds.
Stone Skull, come here.
All because of that fucking copper.
500 pounds? I got this.
We're just gonna start shoving it in Stone Skull's pockets.
As you look a little bit closer, Ignalia, you actually see in the chest that had all the jewelry in it, you see a small kind of mahogany box. And as you open it to look into it, you see 3 different potions, 2 of which you recognize with the kind of red coloration of potions of healing, and a 3rd one that looks somewhat foreign to you.
Is it blue? 'Cause
Can
it's a mono potion.
Can I inspect, like in Arcana, the 3rd potion?
Yeah, you can try.
With advantage because he wants it really bad.
He only gets advantage if he drinks it right now.
I mean, I'll certainly find out.
He won't
If you
do it
look at
because
this
he's scared.
potion, you see that it doesn't look like something from your teachings and upbringing and learning of the Arcana. That it's not something you drink. You see beads of kind of this cloudy gray oil form on the outside of this container, and as they do, they actually quickly evaporate into the air. You recognize this as oil of etherealness.
I'll call Stone Skull over and force one of the red vials into his hand.
Oh, what is this?
Healing potion. Found it in their wares.
All right. Which do you guys think is more important? The 300 pounds of coin or the 200 pounds of jewelry?
I mean, the jewelry for sure.
Wait, there's 200 pounds of jewelry?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, overall, there's 500 pounds worth of stuff. That's why it's separated into 3 large chests.
God, that must be crap jewelry.
Oh, it's terrible.
But it's all he said. It was 10.
Yeah,
10
copper and
jewelry.
tin with
Yeah.
some semi-precious stones every once in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is definitely the Walmart jewelry section.
Mm-hmm.
This is the
Well-
money we'll pay. It's shitty.
Yeah. I mean,
We can.
which do you
save
think
this
is
for later.
going? Yeah, which do you think
We
is
don't-
going to
we
be
don't-
more valuable?
Well, let's sort through it when we're done here.
Yeah, no, we can come back for it. I actually am
Mhm.
going to bury the chest havoc.
Ooh,
That way it can't be
good
found.
one.
Arr, I want to bury the chest.
Yarg.
Arr.
That's actually a really good idea. Yoink!
Pirate treasure.
Yeah. Even if I don't get it, I'm gonna get it later.
He turns around,
Put it into the
turns like,
wall.
Pirates. All right, so which one are you burying? Or with what inside of it?
There's 3 of them, right? We're going to bury all 3 of them.
No, you're just not going to take any of the stuff.
Whatever.
No.
So
No.
the other stuff we're gonna take out, but the stuff with the, for the 500 pounds worth of stuff, we're gonna bury the rest of them.
Yeah,
So-
so we're taking the potions, right?
Mhm.
Taking the
and then
potions
burying
and-
everything else, right?
Yeah. We'll take the copper and silver and the jewelry thing. The one item. Yeah.
And just burying it all.
And then burying the rest of it, yeah.
Wait, I'm confused. Y'all just said 2 different things.
The only thing we're burying is the 305 pounds of coin and the 200 pounds of jewelry. The other stuff
Yeah, the
at the
copper
top of
coins.
that list we're taking. Right?
The top stuff at the top of that list is the 300 pounds.
Yeah.
Oh, I misunderstood. I thought that was
Yeah.
2 different things. Oh, I'm sorry.
That is,
No, we're just gonna
that
take
is all
the
money. That's how much the money weighs.
potion.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's like, I'm so confused. What is
Yeah,
that?
we'll just bury it all and then,
Yeah, just bury the whole thing then.
All right, so y'all grab the 3 potions and deciding that 500 pounds worth of stuff would be a little hard to burden around while you're doing what you do. you decide to go ahead and bury the other chests, and they kind of sink into the ground through this mud and muck and putrid-smelling crap that is the bullywug's lair. And it sinks in the ground, and it looks like there was never any chests there. Takes a few minutes, but you're able to do it.
Come up and congratulate Tara. Excellent work. We'll definitely make sure to come through. Once we're finished.
Terry just shrugs. I don't even know what was in there. Y'all just said it sounded valuable, so.
Everybody give me perception checks once again. Tara with advantage.
Yeah.
You all begin to hear, with this magical silence dissipating, as well as finishing up, looking around at the loot and such in the room. The bodies have all dissipated to the floor. So you're all beginning to search around. You move down to the stairs, and especially Max and Stone Skull. You hear the sound of more croaking coming from up the stairs. And at that point, we're going to go ahead and end the session for the night.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I retained all my spell slots only unwillingly.
Yeah, that silence. Like, fuck you two casters. You can't do shit.
And that's the only reason that I opted to use Action Surge, was because I was trying to get this stuff cleared out fast while they were trying to chip away at us, because nobody could really cast anything.
Yeah, I mean, I was holding my own, but I wouldn't one-shot nobody back there because fucking middle of the road damage rolls.
Mm-hmm. I just didn't, because it was taking us, like Ignalia was taking a bunch of hits and Max was taking a bunch of hits. I was trying to clear out as much as I could, and when I was seeing the health bars kind of going down, I was like, okay, maybe I need to do something else here. Alright, I'm gonna end stream and I'll be right back. Alright, cool. So, I think that pretty much covers everything. Let's go back to the news here, make sure we are good to go. So as I mentioned, Empire's live on Wednesday this week. Alliance this Saturday and not next Saturday. Ascension, Tyranny, all back to back. And then Giants is back on the 25th. So, lots of good stuff. Things to look forward to, and come and enjoy and hang out with us for. That's pretty much it, though. It's going to do it for us tonight. Thank you for kind of bearing with us on all of the technical troubles with Discord earlier. But if you enjoyed, give us a follow. Follow us on Twitter, too. We do all of our posts on when we're going live and all that stuff there. So if you're not already doing so, give it a shot. That's pretty much it for the night, though. Going to double check something. 1 second, please. Gonna see which peoples are on. Yeah, we'll drop over to Smashly. So we send a raid to Smashly. So yeah, again, I hope you had a good time, enjoyed the game tonight, and I will see you guys on Wednesday for Empire. So have a good night, guys.